Hey there, fellow watchers. It's that time of the week again, Born to Watch. I'm Whitey, of course. It's incredible to think that a movie made in 1973 could still be considered the scariest movie ever made. But The Exorcist arguably can lay claim to that. The Exorcist is more than a movie, it's a force of nature that is undoubtedly one of the most intense movie experiences ever. I was too young to see this in the cinema. This was a movie I couldn't wait until I was old enough to. It was full of incredible performances and a child star turn which cast such a shadow that she could never get out of it. To take this trip to hell and back, it's going to be a special team. Damien, Karras, Giles.
Dimmy.
Oh, Dimmy. Oh, Dimmy.
I'd prefer to be called Dimmy.
From now on, you are Dimmy.
Well, today, anyway.
Okay, Dimmy.
Yes. This is one heck of a movie, this one. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, there's a lot to talk about. A lot. Up there on the land, Father Dan Morgan. How are you, mate?
Are your intros getting longer and longer and longer? I think we need to do a word count check.
That's a short one.
It's a good pickup.
That was a short one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking, there's a lot of the Matt White show going on at the start of this fucking thing now.
Well, mate, you know what? I'm happy, Daniel.
No, I'm not doing more.
I'm
just saying we both need to do less.
No, well, you couldn't do less if you tried. And then the fact that you're doing less means that someone else has to pick up the slack. Okay? So that's what I'm doing. You can call it the Matt White show, and I'm just going to call it making up for bludgers.
Nice.
All right.
I could see your point. Yeah, it's fucking useless.
Gentlemen, 1973 movie this, overs and unders. It's a tough one because it's not something I believe that many of us would go back to the well to. But as it's 51 years old, I'm going to set the overs and unders at 20. Right? This probably only works for one of us. Dimmy.
Yes. Yes, my son.
Overs and unders in 20. And what's your first memories of The Exorcist?
I watched this when I was probably about 12 or 13 on video.
Yep.
So it had been out for 10 years, but this movie came with such a reputation. And I remember we hired it, but I remember we watched it once. Then the second time we watched it kind of in fast forward just for the possession parts. We found the whole beginning completely boring.
Yes.
Like when we were young.
Yeah.
I now find that the best part.
Oh, you would. Yeah.
But and so I remember when my dad came home and said, "Oh, what video did you guys get?" And I think my brother said The Exorcist, and my dad said, "What?" And we went, "No, we saw Exodus, which was about the, founding Israel after World War II." And he went, "Oh, that's a great movie. Yep. But I remember I felt like I had done something terrible, like I was delving into the occult or something, like in myself. So I had not watched it again until I've watched it twice this week. I'm on 4.
Wow.
And watching it as a kid compared to watching it as an adult,
different experience.
Totally different movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan, same for you. Over and unders 20, first memories.
My first memory was a balmy night in Noosa around about last night.
No way.
I think it's the first time I've seen it. Now, I've pissed away a lot of brain cells in my life. So Whitey may say, we saw it at Amber Whitey Street back in 94, but I honestly didn't remember. Obviously, all the pop culture moments I was well aware of, but I don't know that I've seen The Exorcist ever previously from start to finish.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're on 1.
Oh, that's
I'm on 1. So then without giving too much away, and look, Morgs' favourite saying, in the great words of Corey Haim out of the Lost Boys, he doesn't do horror comics.
I don't do horror. I don't like horror films.
He doesn't. He's not a frog brother.
No.
He's way out of his element here. Right? This is as far from the Grand Budapest Hotel as he wants to be.
Right. Because it's scary, or because
well, yeah, I don't like jump scares. I don't like any of those saws. I don't like
No, I don't like the
hostel.
gore ones.
I don't
This is
like
so different.
horror porn. I don't like jump
Oh, they're
scares.
all right.
I don't like
Come on. You've gone too
rides.
far now.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like.
Dan. Okay, so without giving too much away, Dan, as a 50-year-old man watching the
Oh,
Exorcist
only recently. Hey, Damo,
just recently,
it wasn't as big as big a jump into middle age as I thought. It was kind of just similar to the day before when I wasn't 50.
Yeah, I suppose that's the way it works.
Yeah, like I look down, my pubes
You
aren't
think-
grey, and my dick still works, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not that unusual.
Give it a couple of days. Give it a few weeks.
it's all mindset, Daniel. It's all mindset. But how was watching The Exorcist as a 50-year-old man for the first time? Did it have a punch?
Absolutely. No, I'm looking forward to discussing. I'm looking forward to hear what both of you thought of it. But yes, I thought all of the scenes that I hadn't seen in and around the popular scenes that I had seen were very interesting and not what I expected. So yeah, lots to unpack.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. Okay, my overs and unders. I'm sitting probably at about 35.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this movie. I think the first time I saw this was I had a television in my bedroom as a young man, probably from the age of about 11.
Yep.
Had a TV, and I'm
That
fairly
was
serious.
unusual. That was unusual.
Yeah, it was unusual, but
Yeah.
I got we had upgraded, so I got what would have been the major television for the Morgans till Daniel was about 30. I had that in my bedroom,
Nice.
and I think I snuck a viewing of this on a Sunday night.
So with
movies.
a VHS too.
No, like on TV.
Oh right.
Would have been a Sunday night movie, and I would have been probably, I reckon, 10 when I first saw this.
Yeah.
Now, maybe 11, but then I couldn't wait to get it as a video because heaps of the shit's cut out.
Yeah.
So I remember hiring it and watching it on the VHS and just being fucking, oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God. I think I then went to the movies. It was the version you've never seen, which is the one on Plex.
That's the one that I watched.
Which is
yeah,
longer.
There was bits, and I
Which-
was like, don't remember that.
Yep.
Yep.
So the spider walk.
Yeah.
There's a bit of extended
Right
Iraq
at the
stuff.
beginning, they're in Georgetown. The
Yep.
first 10 seconds,
Yep.
15 seconds.
Yep. So there's some extra scenes in there. I saw that at Hoyt's Ringer Mall in 2001.
Oh,
I think
right.
it was released, and in a packed cinema, and it blew me away. Blew me away. It's the kind of movie that needs to be seen with a crowd.
Yeah.
I think comedies and horrors
Well,
in the cinema as a packed cinema
it's
can be incredible.
It's scary in a cinema. It's
Yeah.
scarier.
Mate, those demon flashes, the subliminal things,
I know.
which were
Little
added,
faces.
for the version. More of them were added.
Oh, right.
I think there was only 1 or 2 in the original version, but in the
Okay.
version you've ever seen, there's about 5 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really powerful.
Like a split-second flash of a
Yeah.
face. Yeah.
Yeah. Pazuzu.
Yes.
Ye, and that translates to ye of huge stone penis.
Snake dick.
Yes, there we go. Snake dicks. There we
Yeah.
go. Rank banks already.
It's serpent snake.
Here is the synopsis of the movie. The tale of demonic possession that startled and shocked millions. The belief in evil and the belief that evil can be cast out. From these two strands of faith, author William Peter Blatty and director William Friedkin wove a frightening, explicit, and realistic story of an innocent girl inhabited by a malevolent entity. As a university student in 1949, Blatty first read news accounts of the reported exorcism of a 14-year-old boy at Mount Rainier, Maryland. 2 decades later, he wrote the novel that remained on bestseller lists for over a year. In The Exorcist, Blatty hoped to frame the unending battle between good and evil in a dramatically compelling and philosophically provocative narrative. Director Friedkin's film version, which shocked millions of viewers worldwide, has the same goal. The Exorcist received 1973 Academy Award nominations for Best Picture, Director, Actress, Supporting Actor, Supporting Actress, and Cinematography. In its unflinching presentation of bizarre phenomena and strong language, The Exorcist can be a harrowing experience, but its journey through the long, dark night of the soul also states a powerful message of courage and hope in the face of inexplicable forces seemingly beyond our control. Now that
That's the longest synopsis
is the
ever.
longest synopsis in all, and I actually paraphrased it. That was on the back of the video cover that went to rental.
Must have been in like 6-point type.
It was
To
not.
fit that
it
all
was.
on the
it-
back
I
page.
did have to enlarge it a lot,
Yeah.
and I actually scoured for a better synopsis and couldn't find one.
All right. Jeez. Okay.
Okay, critical thinking. IMDb rates The Exorcist 8.1 out of 10, and it's number 227 on the
Okay.
top 50.
Yep.
Certified fresh, 78% on the tomato meter with an 87% audience score. I would have thought that might have rated higher from a critic perspective.
Yes, I would have
Like,
too.
as a piece of cinema,
Absolutely.
it is incredible.
Up there with like the Shining.
Yeah,
I don't know.
incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Could you imagine what this was like to go and see in 1973?
Oh, mate. You would have shut yourself in the
Mate,
cinemas.
there was no internet. There was no. You had no idea what you were in for, and you turned up, and that film is what you got. I was just stunned watching it as you said, as a mature gentleman watching it for the first time. All I could think back is what the audience must have been like in 1973, with no other way to know anything about what was just about to happen on the screen.
Well, I'm sure we'll get to it later on the show, but a lot of people fainted.
Yes.
A lot of people were taken out of the
Yeah,
cinema,
they
and
had
you
to
know,
leave.
and you know what? Most of it wasn't because of the possession stuff. Most of it was with the testing with Regan,
the doctor
scenes,
the medical stuff. Yeah.
and my God,
That was
horrific.
The needle to the neck.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
As a father of a daughter,
Yeah.
that broke me watching.
So you stooked in this film as well.
I didn't cry in this. No, I didn't cry in this.
But
Cried last week though, Dan. You missed that.
Yeah. But there were two horrors. There was the medical procedures was a
Yes.
horror,
Yes.
as was the possession part of the horror.
How brutalist were the machines too? There was no fluffy children's ward with pink bunnies and disguised machinery. It was just in your face.
You're in this contraption.
Soviet era contraptions, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got a little bit more on the. I think we'll talk about it now before we get to the, because we're on the testing thing. One of the guys, have you read this?
No, but I really want to now.
Okay, so one of the guys in the testing scenes who is with Regan and in the bit where they're putting the needle into her throat, his name is Paul Bateson. Right now, listen to this.
Listen to this.
Paul Bateson, born.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We need to talk about this now as we're talking about the testing.
Okay,
thing,
no problem.
This is going to blow your mind. Paul Bateson, who stars in the scene where we're testing, he's one of the orderlies, I guess, or one of the people. He appears as the radiologic technologist in the scene from The Exorcist. He's an American convicted murderer and former radiographer. So he was a radiographer. While he was a radiographer and while he was making this movie, he was killing people. He was a serial killer, right? And he was convicted of the murder of the film industry journalist Addison Verrill and sentenced to a minimum of 20 years in prison. So the guy was a killer and he's in the movie.
Wow.
Prior to Bateson's trial, police and prosecutors implicated him in a series of unsolved slayings of gay men in Manhattan known as the Bag Murders. He had been reportedly boasting about while in jail. With prosecutors bringing it up in his sentencing, however, no additional charges were ever brought against him. And it's funny, so this experience, Morgs, with this guy and those murders actually inspired Friedkin to make the 1980 movie Cruising, which is exactly about that with Al Pacino.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
In New York. So there you go. So there was actually a convicted murderer working on The Exorcist.
When we've had our double threats before, actor, dancer. We've never had an actor murderer.
Yeah, no, that's
a real double threat.
A different slash.
It is, yeah. But unique.
Yes.
Yeah. I have something to add that has absolutely nothing to do with this movie, but fuck, it made me laugh when you were saying it. A friend of the podcast, Todd Marks, his brother Cameron, was probably the smartest dude I know and the funniest dude I know. But he was telling us a story one day about where he was using a tape recorder for the first time, and he wanted to get a couple of kids that were being dickheads on tape and show it to the teacher because they were being complete muppets. And I can't remember the exact part of the story of what he wanted to record. But anyway, he went along and he got the kid to say what he wanted to say. And he took it to the teacher and he said, essentially gave it delivery you just did. He said, listen to this. This is going to blow your mind. But because he was an amateur recorder, he'd forgotten that he'd recorded over what he'd recorded of the kids.
Oh,
and he
my
pressed
God.
play and it was just silence. And then him going, shit, fucking shit.
Well,
Didn't quite go as the plan, but it was the exact same setup as you did for that story.
Listen to this.
Listen to this. That's what we've got. Listen to this.
Paul Bateson.
Okay, couple reviews now we've got there.
Yep.
I've got 3 reviews, 2 bad, 1 good. Widget, listen to this guy. Widget Walls, that's his name.
Widget Walls. Okay.
From needcoffee.com. Absolutely timeless horror in its purest form. Seeing this recently with a bunch of rambunctious college students, not even they were immune. Exorcism time came around, you could hear a pin drop in the cinema.
Yep, I totally agree.
Yeah, it's brutal. A bad one. Jeffrey Westhoff of the Northwest Herald. I simply see no justification for such sacrilege. You know what scene I mean.
Yeah, that was.
I do know
I
what
didn't know
scene he
about.
means.
I didn't know about
Another
that
bad
scene
one.
when I
Poor
watched
mum.
it for the first time. Yeah, I did. I'm with old mate there. That was pretty confronting. Yeah.
It was confronting. Yeah.
Super confronting. That'll do. That's a good enough bad review there. Okay, gentlemen. Ordinary people. Gow's not here.
Oh God.
So skip this.
So the Matt White show continues.
Right.
I think this is a good one though to stick with our new format of talking about the characters, because there's plenty to talk about the character themselves and also some of and what they've done, a bit of the acting as well. But we'll start with Linda Blair as Regan.
Mm-hmm.
So she was 13 when she filmed this movie. She played the 12-year-old Regan, but she was 13. She looks like the girl next door.
Oh, she is the most wholesome, smiley faced, fresh faced.
Yep.
Really just a great looking kid.
Yep. So she won a Golden Globe for this movie for Best Supporting Actress. She was nominated for an Academy Award. There is a bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? She didn't win the Academy Award, and there's a little bit of humdrum about that. And we'll get to that. But she was beaten by Tatum O'Neal for Paper Moon, who was 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was a real clash of the kids.
Clash of the kids, yeah.
Jeez,
So,
where
pretty
was
amazing.
Drew Barrymore then?
Well, she wasn't around
two.
just yet. She wasn't born yet in 73.
Mm.
Now, Dan, should this have... Now, you didn't include this in your greatest child performances.
You know
because you'd
why?
never
Because
seen
I hadn't
it.
seen the film. Yes.
It's exactly right. So you hadn't seen it. Would you include it
No.
now after seeing it?
Yes, absolutely. I'm disgusted with my past self. My 49-year-old self was a cockhead. My 50-year-old self knows everything.
Yeah. Excellent. So I think it's one of the greatest child performances of all time.
Without
Extremely physical.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about no CGI. We're talking about her being strapped into
All
a
practical
brace.
effects. Yeah.
All practical
Awesome.
effects, strapped into a brace and having her flung through the bed. Like, it is all practical.
The subject matter that she had
Mate.
to portray.
It's funny. They actually went to her and they said, "Are you okay with saying this stuff?" And she
No.
goes, "It's not me saying it, it's Regan."
Yeah.
So she was pretty level-headed.
Yeah.
She doesn't do quite well after this movie because it must have
No.
had some massive fucking effect on
I
her.
think so. Yeah.
But she received huge scrutiny in the media for her role. It was deemed blasphemous. And Blair has since gone on to say that it had obviously a significant impact on her life moving forward, which is understandable.
Well, I mean, she did physically fracture some vertebrae and had lifelong back pain as a result of this movie.
Yeah. Now, Dan, you were mentioning before about one of our favourites, Rick Springfield. He had a bit of a dalliance with Linda, didn't he?
He met her at a concert when she was 15 years old and they started up a relationship. And I think old Rick Springfield's got form, and you know how much I love Rick Springfield.
Rick was 25 too at the time too, for context. Jesse's girl.
Rick was sorry.
What design?
I love Rick Springfield. He is the writer of my favorite ever karaoke song, Jesse's Girl.
Yeah.
Sorry, second favorite ever karaoke song after Whip It by Devo. But yeah, look, Rick Springfield was an extremely good looking rooster, but he could have basically had any other bird in Hollywood at the time. And his targeting computer fell onto a 15-year-old Linda Blair, who was a beautiful young lady. And Damo, I believe you brought some show and tell for later on. But he's a pet. Like I'm sorry, Rick Springfield.
No, that's it.
But that's not on, mate. Yeah, look, sorry. You deserve to have shared a prison cell with Bubba, not to have gone on to star in General Hospital and belt out a couple other tracks that have never heard of, because all we know you for is Jesse's Girl. Bad.
Maybe they just held hands though. You don't know.
I doubt it. Doubt it.
Now, as Morgs was just saying, like, so she did The Exorcist, then Exorcist 2 and some other things. Let me just give you a magazine cover, just what it says. Sensazionale, Linda Blair, 10 anni dopo la bambina del Exorcista. 1983, front cover of Italian Playboy, Linda Blair. This is where I think.
Wow.
So she's 23.
She's
24.
She's 24 in this one,
in the Playboy.
Yeah.
Look, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's of age.
Yes,
we can look at that.
Yes.
15-year-old Linda Blair.
That's a liberated woman.
I tell you what, as a 15-year-old boy, Linda Blair is stunning.
Yeah.
Right? As a 25-year-old man, she's a cute kid.
Yes.
Move on.
Yeah. I did think she was a cute kid. That's what I was thinking. Like, wow.
She's a cute kid.
Great smile.
Yeah.
Really nice looking kid.
Yeah. And unfortunately didn't do a lot after this.
No.
And we on purpose, people, we are not mentioning any of the other Exorcist movies in this film review, because Exorcist 2,
The Heretic,
is terrible. Exorcist 3 is not bad, but it's not an Exorcist movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a serial killer movie. It's not bad, but it's not great.
Yeah.
And then every other Exorcist movie since has been a steaming pile of shit. Now, the controversy behind the Oscar snub is because Linda Blair's voice was dubbed.
Right, yeah, with that lady that smoked and drank.
Mercedes McCambridge.
Right, yep.
Right, she's the voice of Pazuzu, and she had to fight William Friedkin for a credit on the film.
Yes, I did read that, yes.
So people said that Linda Blair didn't deserve to win the Oscar because it's not her performance. Now, fuck off, right? It's just she still would have had to act. She still would have had to do everything, do all the line reads, everything she would have had to do. It's just that she got James L. Jones.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
She's David Prowse,
and
James L. Jones. So here...
Ray Park? Darth Maul?
Yeah, Darth Maul, that's right. So McCambridge provided the dub voice of Pazuzu, the demon possessing the young girl Regan. To sound as disturbing as possible, McCambridge insisted on swallowing raw eggs, chain smoking, and drinking whiskey to make her voice harsh and her performance aggressive.
It worked. That's some good technique.
Absolutely.
To get that voice.
Director Friedkin also arranged for her to be bound to a chair during recordings so that the demon seemed to be struggling against its restraints.
Well, I did see some footage of what's her name?
Melissa McCambridge.
In the full makeup, the full like possessed makeup, like actually in some scenes that never made to the movie.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe one scene they might have actually had her in the movie, like, because it was just like a snippet where you can't really see the face, but it was actually her.
Yeah.
Because it was you can't even tell the difference.
No. Can't. Okay, so let's move on. Ellen Burstyn, Chris MacNeil, mum.
She was so good in this.
Incredible performance. Nominated for Best Actress.
Absolutely. She was just a standout for me.
Well, her, and we'll get to Jason Miller next, but it's those two are the heart of the film.
Yeah.
Obviously, the movie revolves around Ellen Burstyn and her performance is key to this working. If she doesn't seem like that broken mother
Yeah.
She is like this. This is a parent that could have been used in Willy Wonka. If Chris MacNeil was a parent in Willy Wonka, those kids would be fine.
Yeah.
She would have whipped them into line.
Yeah. No,
She was good.
she was excellent. She's still alive. She's 92.
She's so old.
Yeah.
She looks so old
Yeah,
now.
well, she's 92.
Pretty old.
Yeah. She's
But,
doing
mate,
all right.
Clint Eastwood's a bit. He's
Oh.
older than that, and he's still getting around.
Oh, yeah, he's
Ellen Burstyn's in
Hackman.
Interstellar. She plays Jessica Chastain's character as the very old woman.
Oh, my
that
God.
Matthew McConaughey comes back.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, Interstellar is fair. I've been listening to that.
Incredible.
That soundtrack is so goddamn good.
Yeah. But what do you do in this situation? Yeah, Chris MacNeil, like you are. It's an impossible situation.
It was interesting to see how she reacted. Again, I was thinking of the difference between a 1973 episode of demonic, a demon taking over your daughter, and what would happen in 2024. Chris MacNeil just went about her day, really, didn't she? She was kind of, I've got the babysitter, I've got the butler, I've got the cook.
She did.
Now, it's pretty crook, but I'm going to still act in this movie at Georgetown, and I'm going to have dinner parties. And, it's obviously pretty horrible. I'll go meet some psychiatrists, but pretty much just went on with her day. It was surprising, the underparenting that happened in 1973. And I think that is reflective of probably how our childhoods were, that parents probably weren't as involved in every aspect of your life. So not that we were ever possessed. However, we were let out of the house at 7 a.m. and got home whenever it's dark and did whatever the fuck we pleased in between. That's not how it rolls now.
Her point of view certainly changed once she got slapped. Like that's the start. When she gets that,
I think when she jumped on the bed,
Yeah.
like, and it was moving, and
yeah,
she was
the,
like,
the party.
"Holy
So
shit."
it's she pees her pants.
Yeah,
And then
straight
after that,
yes, she
the
walks back
bed's
up the
shaking.
stairs. Yeah,
when everyone's left,
Yes.
and the bed's shaking, that's the turn.
yeah. She's like, "I'm on this bed,
Yeah.
and it's still freaking
Yeah.
moving." This is
And it's one of the earliest, I reckon, forms of gaslighting. I reckon the doctor's like, "There's nothing wrong with her.
yeah. It's not the bed.
It's not the bed.
it's
You
not the
sure
bed.
the bed's not shaking?"
I'd be going, "You dickhead! Was on the
Yeah.
bed."
A lot of gaslighting in this movie.
Yeah.
You know, like how dumb are you? This
Yeah.
isn't happening.
How
But
good was the psychologist who was doing a lot of the gaslighting when
Yeah.
he was in their rooms and he was giving her the advice, which was a lot of gaslighting? Did you see on the wall the picture of him standing next to his Porsche?
Oh no, I didn't. No, it's
Loved it. So he's got his degree, he's got a couple of photos
Yeah.
of his family,
got
and
his,
then there's
what,
just him
9/11. Yeah.
kicking back on his 911. What a cockhead.
What a fuckwit. Yeah, what a fuckwit. Yeah, but incredible performance. And, she could have won an Academy Award. No one would have argued.
No,
I'm surprised
she
she
was
didn't.
so good.
Surprised she didn't. Okay, Jason Miller,
Yep.
Father Karras,
Jimmy.
Dimmy. What Dimmy? He was nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
Yep.
This was his first film role. He was a theatre jobber, Jason Patrick's father.
No way.
Jason Patrick's father.
The T1000.
No,
Oh, Jason
That's
Patrick
Robert
from
Patrick. Sleepers.
horror movies.
From Lost Boys.
Lost Boys.
That's it.
Yeah.
So Jason Patrick's father.
Jason Patrick is a much better looking
Much better.
person than the dad.
Much better. Well, I did laugh about you looking at that box. He goes, "Has anyone ever told you to look like Paul Newman?"
Yes, and then he changed to some other bloke,
Sal Mineo.
whoever he was. Some
Ugly boxer. Ugly
Yeah,
boxer, I reckon. Ugly boxer. But he's obviously, I've written here, a broken man who's fighting his crisis of faith and is thrown in the ultimate test.
Yeah, he is.
And, he deals with the shit with his mum.
Yeah.
And which she's living in a shithole.
Oh yeah.
Oh, mum.
That street.
Oh, my God.
I love that street scene.
It's in New York.
Yeah, with the garbage cans out the front, like all the
Looks
steel
like the-
garbage cans.
Looks like the Warriors.
It does. And
Yeah.
there's that car that was just torn
Yeah.
apart, and the kids
Just
jumping
playing
all
on
over it.
Yeah, no, what a
So
shithole.
this is the 70s, there was just shit everywhere in
Yeah.
the streets.
Yeah, New York was the purge in
Yeah.
the 70s.
Oh man.
Look, he's obviously he's so subdued.
Mm.
Like his performance is so patient.
Yeah, he does. He takes everything in his stride.
It's like when she says to him, "So how do you go about getting an exorcism?" He's like, "I beg your pardon."
Yeah.
Like he goes, "Is she going to die?"
It's not the 16th century.
He's like, "No." Like he's just so fucking good.
Yeah. No, he's really good in this.
He's a flatline the whole movie. Like he is the cool guy. He's the guy you want.
Yeah. Yeah, you do feel a bit more comfortable when he's around.
Yeah. And it's like, well, why would we put him in? And they're like, put him in.
Yeah.
Put him in. Marin's 1,000.
Yeah. In actual fact, Max von Sydow was
43.
44.
Oh, yeah.
That was just it was excellent old makeup. Yeah.
Excellent makeup. And they can't do that now.
No,
Make people look that good now.
I literally thought, I didn't realize he was this old in this. It's like, no, he's only 44. They just made him look old.
Well, he was Ming the Merciless not
That's
long after.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, like, he's not like Ming here.
Yeah, he's not. Dan, thoughts on Dimmy?
Yeah, loved it. And he's a storied playwright. He won the Pulitzer Prize as a playwright. He's a very, very storied writer in his own right from the theatre world. And in the same year, won a Pulitzer and won a Tony Award as being nominated for Best Supporting Actor in this, which he didn't win. But what a performance! I mean, the scenes with him and Ellen Burstyn were just, I couldn't take my eyes off either of them. They were just acting the bejesus out of it.
Yeah.
And it was, I thought all the performances were fantastic, but those two particularly were excellent.
Well, Damo, you said last week that Silver Linings Playbook had some of the best acting you've ever seen.
Yeah.
This really challenges this.
I think so
movie.
too. I totally think
this is a flawless, like, from everyone involved.
Yeah, it is amazingly
There's
good.
no one where you go, even Burke, who's a fucking tool.
Yeah.
You get him.
Yeah.
Like he's
a dick.
He's a dick. He's a dick. He's a racist dick.
Didn't like the Germans.
Well, I think he did look a bit Jewish, old Burke. So he might be carrying. Okay, let's move on to Max von Sydow as Father Merrin.
Yep.
He's not in it for long. He sort of bookends the film.
Like that
but
opening.
He's powerful.
Yeah.
The start of the movie, and we'll get to that as we move on, but the start of the movie, which some people may feel to be pointless, it does set up his role and the role he's going to play.
Yes.
And I don't know if you guys noticed this, but when Dimmy records Regan, and she's doing all the different, it's talking him backwards, talking backwards. Pazuzu's calling for Marin.
Yes, he says
he's calling Marin. Marin.
Yes, no, I picked it up. Yeah.
But man, that just gave me shivers thinking about that now.
As soon as he walked in the door to do it, from the top, Marin.
Yeah, he knew.
It was like, I've been challenging you ever since the days back in Iraq.
Yeah.
Now it's on.
Yeah. It's just and again, like that, and I've got it in Good, the Bad, the Ugly, but, and I won't go too far into it, but just he's, again, so measured, so cool, in the eye of just complete destruction.
Yeah. He was great.
Awesome.
Going into battle.
Yeah.
It gets up in all his priest gear and his scarves.
I did laugh a bit when he, like, ring ahead. Get all the gear ready and just have it there when you get there. I'm here now. Jimmy, go and get this
shit. Get the holy water, get this,
ring ahead. Right? Phones do exist. Dan, thoughts on Marin?
Yeah, Max von Sydow was 42 or 43,
44,
maybe 44. Yeah, in this film,
100.
He's there, but he's the only bloke that's looked 100 for 50 years. Like it's incredible.
Yeah.
They typecast him as an old boy back then, and I mean that's obviously in our rear vision mirror at that age now. But he looked 100. But yeah, I found the whole opening really strange. Not having seen the movie before, to have the first 30 minutes telling me very little, no exposition whatsoever. I was just following along, just like, what the fuck is going on here? They're in northern Iraq, then they're in Washington, and we're following Dimmy the boxer, and then we're at this sick townhouse where there's an astronaut and a director and a priest, and an actress having a dinner party, and someone's pissing on the carpet. And what the fuck is going on? I was in. I was just like, wow, we don't get movies like this anymore.
There's
where they
no
just
expedition.
leave you
Like,
as an
that's the
audience.
good thing about it.
Morgs, you hit it on the head. They do not make movies like this anymore.
No.
The patience shown in this film.
Yeah.
That it doesn't matter that it takes 44 minutes before anything really happens with Regan. Like it's 44 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
There's
not,
little, I mean, they're dropping little hints, but nothing
Yes.
that really foreshadows.
like the exactly the rats in the roof.
yeah,
Like there's stuff happening that is just once you then go back, you go, here's all the stepping
that's
stones.
right.
But it's just a movie like this, a horror movie like this, does not get green light today. Doesn't happen.
No, there's not enough action.
There's not enough
blood and
action.
guts.
No.
Whatever.
There's not. Marin is awesome, and it's a shame that he doesn't make it, but that's the catalyst.
Yeah.
For Damien.
Yep.
To really
Take
go to
me.
war.
Yep.
Go to war. Last cast member, and they've only got him in here, like Lee J. Cobb as Kinderman.
He's great.
Awesome.
Such a good cop.
Like he was in, but I've got to say, I've got a couple of things to ask about him. He was in 12 Angry Men, the original
that's
12
a
Angry
good
Men,
movie.
which is fucking incredible
Yeah.
with Henry Fonda.
Yeah.
Still one of the greatest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's an incredible film. He's the world's greatest detective, Kinderman.
Yeah.
A guy falls out a window, is at the bottom of the thing with his head twisted around. And he's like, witchcraft. It's the first thing he goes. To Dimmy.
No.
He goes to Dimmy. He goes, witchcraft.
No, but what happened the night before that desecrated the Mary statue in the church? So he knew there was some witchcrafty shit going on in the town.
Witchcraft.
And as we said, could this be related?
Witchcraft.
Yeah. No, but there was precedence though.
And straight away he's like, she did it.
It took him a while because he went and
What?
he found the little
He found the
clay
clay.
rabbit,
Yeah.
whatever.
What
I'll
was
tell
the
you what,
quirk? I didn't have any time to research it. What was the quirk of him wanting to take everyone to the movies? What was
Okay.
he?
So this is my next thing.
Yeah.
Does he have a penchant for priests?
No. Can I tell you what it is? It's a police technique. So you go and interview someone, but you always want to finish off that interview on a nice note, so that then when the next time you speak to them, they're actually more open to talk to you.
Right.
So that's why he tries to be there for. Look at the end. Hey, I've got some tickets to the movies, and you want to come and see this? It's actually a police technique.
I thought he was flipping the script.
No.
And going, well, it's time for me to get a bit of payback on the priests.
Yeah, no, it was purely, and that's like when he left Ellen Burstyn. Can I get an autograph? I want to be seen, so that the next time he sees her, she'll be, oh, he's a nice guy. I will give you more information.
He did overstay.
Yeah, he went for the extra coffee.
Yeah, he did overstay.
Yeah, that
holy
wasn't
crap.
necessary.
But was there bombshells dropped in that conversation? Yeah. And the mum was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I know.
No, he's all over
what's
it.
happened.
He's all over it.
Yeah.
He's good, Kinderman. And I like that he doesn't want to, at the end, he's like, it's over.
Yeah.
And he just, okay, is the kid okay?
Yep.
Yeah, the kid's cool. And he doesn't know what's going on upstairs.
Yeah, he
He doesn't know. He knows some shit's going on in that room.
Well, he sees Marin on the ground.
Yeah.
The other priest is out the window.
Yeah.
Dimmy.
Oh, Timmy. Oh, Timmy. Okay, finally, we'll talk about William Friedkin because he's one of the greatest directors of all time. Just a fucking unbelievable filmography. Not a heap of films, like in regards to like major directors, but like this French Connection. I wonder if Gau's seen the French Connection yet. He's been talking it up for the last month. Cruising.
Yeah.
To Live and Die in LA. And Morgs, here's a sneaky one for you, Friedkin. I'm not sure if you've seen it. Starring Roy Scheider, who he loved because of the French Connection. Sorcerer. You've seen Sorcerer?
No, I haven't. I'm aware of it. I haven't seen it. No.
Never heard of it.
It's on Plex. So listen to this. 4 unfortunate men from different parts of the globe agree to risk their lives transporting gallons of nitroglycerin across a dangerous Latin American jungle. It's really good. It's really good.
It's a strange
Remains
premise. I thought,
very.
when you started that, I thought it was going to be a Matthew Riley book.
Yes. Yes,
5.
absolutely.
5
7
creatures
ugly
come
sins.
from across the universe,
Yes,
to
yes.
fight
You
in the
know-
library and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
He also did some music videos. He did Self Control by Laura Branigan
Really?
in the 80s. So after this,
Ooh.
Really freaking.
and he did a Wang Chung live in LA.
Everybody have fun tonight.
So
Everybody Wang Chung.
Wang Chung. Did they do Dance Hall Days as well?
Yeah, dance whole days. And I dance all
just,
days.
just
Who would have thought we'd sing
horrible.
Wang Chung in The Exorcist?
horrible song.
that's
yeah.
pretty good.
Friedkin would know.
Freaking hell. Quality director. A bit of a prick on set. Made them do some pretty full-on things. You know, shotguns on set to get startled,
Right.
like reactions. Hurt. Ellen Burstyn got a
Yeah,
back injury as well.
she had a permanent injury as well, yeah.
But that no one said any bad stuff after him. They said it was just all
Nah.
making the movie.
Well, I think the proof's in the pudding,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
So listen to this. Academy Awards was nominated for Best Picture,
Yeah.
Best Actress, Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Best Actress in a Supporting Role, Best Director, Best Writing for William Peter Blatty, and it won for the Best Screenplay for that one. Best Cinematography, Best Art Direction. It won Best Sound, and it was nominated for Best Film Editing.
Damo, you would have been jazzing your little pantaloons about the sound design.
Unbelievable sound design.
There was a lot of silence.
Yes.
There were a lot of silence. But yeah, Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable theme.
And no wonder. And I was going, that sounds exactly like Halloween, like John Carpenter's Halloween.
He ripped it off.
He got, that was a bit, I ended up looking it up going, hang on, this sounds like Halloween and John Carpenter. Yeah, it's what influenced me.
Yeah. Now, Golden Globe. Golden Globes won Best Picture, won Best Supporting Actress for Linda Blair, nominated for Best Newcomer, Linda Blair, won Best Screenplay, William Peter Blatty, nominated for Best Actress, won Best Director, nominated for Best Supporting Actor, Max von Sydow. It just was a award darling.
Yeah.
Should have won more. It was only because it was in the Sting won Best Picture, Best Director.
Awesome movie, yeah.
Now, in 2024, what movie is more important, The Exorcist or The Sting? Interesting question.
I think they're both awesome.
Yeah, now, The Sting's an incredible movie.
Yeah.
Really is. But God, if it had won all the awards, I wouldn't have been complaining.
But yeah, I'd say that The Exorcist has definitely got a lot more passed over into popular culture than The Sting.
Definitely. So number one at the box office for 1973, $193 million.
Oh, massive.
Do you know what that is adjusted for inflation today?
It'd be over $1 billion.
$1.36 billion.
Yeah. It was like, I was watching a documentary on people lining up they were lining up for 4 hours to go and see this movie.
Yeah.
They'd get in line in the morning and then go and see the afternoon session. The afternoon people would go and see the night session.
Just incredible.
And they were just completely sold out time and time again.
Yeah.
Every single showing.
Incredible. All right. Well done, gents. 1973 hit sleeper dud. Damo, you've got the hit.
I'm going for the hit, and I've brought this up a lot of times.
Magnum Force.
Shit. Yes, but I've brought this one up more times. American Graffiti.
You fucking love that.
I love this movie. I love it. It's so good. John Milner and his 32 Ford. It's like I have it down as the second best sounding car in cinema history.
What's your first best thing? What's your number one?
The number one car?
Yeah.
Is Batman, that
with
that
muscle car.
The one that came out like 2 or 3 years ago.
Robert
Pattinson one. That with that turbine spooling and then that V8 cutting in is the best sounding car ever
It's a good car.
Cinematic history. But John Milner's 32 Ford and Harrison Ford's 57 Chev.
You do talk
Holy shit, that sounds good. It's like it's 454 Chev. And he revs it at the lights and I love it.
Yeah. George Lucas's first.
Yeah, it's a bloody good movie.
Yeah, good movie. It is good. Very good.
If you like cars,
yeah,
and just cruising the streets of the
Ron
50s,
Howard,
yeah.
Richard Dreyfuss,
yep,
Harrison Ford,
yeah,
heaps of
Wolfman Jack,
Laverne from Laverne.
Yes,
and Shirley.
she is too. Yes, yep.
Okay,
Cindy, someone. Yep,
Cindy.
Yeah,
I've got the sleeper now. I'm a bit of a musical guy. I'm going for Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh yeah,
one of the greatest soundtracks in the history. I know almost front to back, word for word, this soundtrack. I was introduced to it from a neighbor when I was about 8. They were playing, and all I remembered was like Hosanna, the song Hosanna. She used to play it over and over. And from that day, when downloading music came around, one of the first things I ever downloaded was the Jesus Christ Superstar soundtrack.
Wow.
Original Broadway soundtrack.
Wow, okay.
But this movie's great. The film version of the musical stage play, presenting the last few weeks of Christ's life, told in an anachronistic manner. Very good. Mm. It's good. You don't need to be religious to enjoy this. The music is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Anyway, Dan, you've got a dud. What do you got?
Nah, I couldn't be fucked with a dud because 1973 is a really good year. So I wanted to bring up The Sting, which is a movie that I watch, I reckon, every year without fail.
Wow.
I am drawn to it. Yeah, love that movie. I think it's fantastic. It was actually released on the same weekend as The Exorcist. So quite amazing to think that you could have had a double date and taken in The Sting into The Exorcist. Probably different feelings after the conclusion of that. But yeah, look, what the heist caper film, absolutely brilliant. Paul Newman, Robert Redford, the dude out of
Robert Shaw.
Jaws.
Robert Shaw.
Yeah, Robert Shaw,
Lonergan, he was
who's
Lonergan.
absolutely
Yep.
outstanding as the antagonist. Brilliant. If you've never seen it, well, I won't spoil it, but go and watch it tomorrow because you'll love it.
Great
It's
movie.
just a
Yep.
excellent flick, and very amazing that these two were both released in 73.
Yeah, no, it's a great call. Great call. Okay, question time. Straight off the bat, is this the scariest movie ever made, Dimmy?
I reckon it probably is. It probably is. I found it so spooky watching it.
Mm.
But I remember as a kid getting scared in The Howling and Evil Dead. But I think The Howling still is pretty scary. Evil Dead's probably not that scary, but this is definitely, it's right. If not the best, it is certainly up there.
It's the intensity.
Really
it's
scary.
the intensity of this film. I
It
reckon.
is. Yeah.
That's timeless.
It's definitely a bloody scary movie.
Dan, you're not big on horrors. Scary?
No, there was more shocked. Like there was just a feeling of dread watching this pretty much through after minute 45, but especially the scene which shall not be named and the final 30 minutes. The final half hour, I was just like, what the fuck is going on? This is it, and how are they going to get out of this? That's what I couldn't. And when it all happened and how it concluded, I was just shocked. It was to not have a history with this film and finally piece together some of the scenes that I had seen on YouTube or whatever and string it along in the full film. Yeah, it was just shocking.
Yeah. That's a good call. Do we need the Iraq start? Now, people would say you don't need that Iraq start. And with the version we watched, it's even longer than what it is in the cinema version, in the original version. Is it required, Damo?
It's the best part of the movie.
The Iraq start's the best part?
It's the best.
Okay.
I'll go and do it in my good.
Okay, cool. Daniel?
Yeah, I mentioned before, I loved the whole fact that I had no fucking idea what was going on. That was great. We're not stupid as audiences. We can, you don't have to tell us everything. Like, I was captivated to learn why the fuck are they in Northern Iraq? What's going on? And, you know what the film's about. So you're putting two and two together and thinking, okay, this may be somewhere where something's unleashed that probably shouldn't have been. But again, it's not explained to us even throughout the rest of the film. It's only it's only touched upon what impact that has on the rest of the film and the final half hour of the film. But yeah, I'm with Damo. I wouldn't call it the best part of the film, but I'm glad it was in there for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I do enjoy it. It's good. And the sound design, the dogs fighting, the wind,
everything.
like it is
always
on edge.
So I don't know. You're just
it's
feeling the grim feeling is
like,
right out.
Like this is a director seriously firing. Like he knew what he wanted.
Yep.
It's just so good. Okay. Should a 13-year-old actress be put through what she went through? Extremely bold to employ a 13-year-old to play of age. In today's, you would get someone who's 18 or 19 to play Dawn,
absolutely,
who is small. Someone like that Kaylee Spaney from Alien Romulus and Civil War.
Exactly.
Someone that looks like a bit of a kid, and you would play her down.
Yeah.
So bold. Like incredible to have a girl this age play this role.
Yeah. I think if you look at Game of Thrones, so Emilia Clarke was 20 or something.
Yeah.
Like Daenerys was 13
Yes.
in the books. Yeah. And there was no way they were going to get a 13-year-old to play those parts.
Yeah. Not to get her boobs out as many
Yeah,
times.
well, that's right. You know, like it was insane. So, but yeah, I don't think they'd do that anymore.
But this, like the scene that we will, I'm sure, talk about at some stage, but the crucifix scene, there are so many confronting scenes in this film that a 13-year-old child should not be subjected to. No wonder she was fucked up.
Just the way that she spoke to the priest when they first walked in.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Incredible.
Oh my God.
Incredible.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that she did say all of the dialogue, like it was dubbed
Yeah.
later on with the other actresses, but she delivered it to these actors to get the performances from all
Yeah.
of the rest of the cast. Like,
So
as a 13-year-old, I mean, those are words we didn't even know at 13 at Cromer High School
No.
for the criminally gifted. Like, fuck that.
well, I'm sure we'll get to it, but just on that the first line that when Marin goes into the bedroom
Yeah.
and she
Yeah.
abuses him,
Yeah.
and he actually called cut. Marin called cut because he goes, oh my God, I was not
Didn't
expecting
expect
that.
that. Yeah,
And it's this 13-year-old girl
just ripping.
getting the cunts out and fucking everything at him, and he's like, cut. It was like, holy shit.
Amazing.
So, okay. Thoughts on Possession? Is it real?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I totally believe it.
You believe it?
Yeah. I think there's a lot of documented people where they just do these things, mate. It's like, why do they do it? No, well, I've got voice told me or this or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm 100% on board.
Okay. Dan?
Utter bullshit. No way does it happen. Fuck off.
Yeah, I sit somewhere in the middle. I'm gonna get some splinters on this one. I'm
Yeah.
gonna sit on the fence. Okay. Has there ever been a bigger penis on a statue before?
Wow.
Because we're used to seeing like David
Yeah.
and the beautiful works of Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Where I think Michelangelo had quite a small cock. He must have.
Yeah.
I've never seen a bigger penis on a statue.
Well, it was a snake.
Yeah, but it was his
It was-
cock.
It was a dick snake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a dick snake.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. It went down, then went up,
Yeah.
and then it went around, and then went up again. Yeah. It was just massive.
Massive.
Pazuzu. He loved it.
Dan,
I
it
was-
sort of
I know I
You
was
go.
in Cambodia earlier this year riding zip-zips through the jungle, and they love a horse statue over there. And they love the horse statue, but they love the horse dick component of the horse statue even more. And we'd be riding around looking at these horses and pissing ourselves laughing because, the Cambodians too like to use a bit more clay in that particular part of the horse, much to the giggling of men that should know better riding past on their dirt bike.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, nice. Okay, now Dan, you mentioned this before, but I've got to just touch on this. Is singing around a piano that a priest is playing the lamest party of all time?
You know what? I had this in good, but I'll put it here because it seems pertinent. But I actually liked the depiction of the priests in here because we have a very good friend of the podcast who is involved as a pastor. Am I getting the name correct there, Damo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Brenda? Yeah. So and
He's a
he's,
pastor,
we've known Brendan all our lives, and he's a normal dude who just happens to have chosen this vocation. I really enjoyed that the priests drank and smoked and were kind of normalized in this film. And so I wasn't, I didn't think, oh, that's weird for this dinner party. I thought, oh, that's actually a really interesting group of people that have come together, and the priest is good on the piano and they're all just sitting around swilling brandy and having a great old time. So no, I didn't think it was weird. I thought it was really well.
Okay.
He actually was a real priest.
was a real priest.
That one.
Yeah, that one was.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was. Yeah.
Yes.
He was the technical advisor.
Yeah.
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 He was Lieutenant Dale Dye.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Damo, you're in for that party?
Yeah, I didn't mind that party. No, look, back then, it's not like
It's
you
different
go
back in the days.
Yeah, you're not going to go and get a DJ or whack on Spotify or something. It's like, oh, anyone can play this? Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right. Cool. Now, final question. I think this is pertinent. Ouija boards. Did any of you dabble as a kid?
No, I never did. But apparently, prior to this movie, Ouija boards was sort of a gamey sort of thing. This movie turned it into like this is the occult. This is demonic. So it actually transformed into, just like Jaws was like your dogs attract sharks. Ouija boards became really on the nose after this.
Yep.
But I've always steered clear.
Steer clear.
I'm not going to do something that I don't understand. I don't know, anything to do with the supernatural, mate. I'm just taking a wide berth.
Yeah, fair enough.
What about
Daniel?
the first time? What about the first time you had a dick?
Yeah, well, that had nothing to do with it.
It had nothing to do with the Ouija board.
Should I?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it said yeah, and Captain Howdy said yes.
Captain Howdy said, "Play with yourself." Daniel, Ouija boards?
Yeah, I vaguely remember us messing around with them when we were 14, 15 sort of thing. Yeah, they're pretty lame.
Yeah, I reckon I would have been 8 or 9, and some older kids down the road who were like 12 or 13. We sit around in a room downstairs, and it was all fake.
Yeah,
Had the glass, and you had the thing, and it was, I've got to put your fingers on, and someone's controlling it.
yeah.
But yeah, definitely dabbled.
You'd still feel a bit spooky.
It was always,
Yeah.
but when you're 9, 10 doing
Yeah,
it, you
it's
definitely.
like, what are we
definitely
doing
spooky.
here? Yeah.
Okay, gents, we're through to Born to Watch Only fans.
Oh, look out.
Yes, lick outs, and we've got a couple voicemails.
Wow.
We're going to play the first one, and I think this is in retort to maybe something Damo might have said in the last episode.
Oh.
Hi there, BTW team. Hope you're well. Been listening lots and lots, but I'm a bit perplexed that the stupid rubbish movie Silver Linings Playbook got the same score as Willy Wonka, which is an absolute travesty in movie rank bank I've ever heard. The characters in Silver Linings are way more fucking annoying than even the kids in Willy Wonka. But anyway, that's my view on that. Hey, I have been contacted by a mate of mine, Beelzebub, and I just wanted to read the text to you from him. So I'll read it verbatim. Dear Born to Watch team, although it is flattering to be mentioned on your esteemed podcast, I'm something that likes to live in the shadows. I had Kevin Spacey say so much in The Usual Suspects. In saying that, I do pop my head up in The Exorcist, so I'm forgiving you on this occasion. If I do hear me mentioned again, I'll be forced to pull Rick's leash very hard. Yours faithfully, Satan. Look, just pass you on the message, guys. Love your work, and see you soon.
Wow.
Well, it's our mate Strangles.
I would have preferred it if he did that in like backwards.
Yeah, I don't think he's taken kindly to you talking about listening to the theme
His
song backwards.
Well, yeah, it's pretty obvious there's some shit in there. And here we go. He's got a voice message from Beelzebub.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Good grief.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, we got a voicemail,
Oh, Tara from Canada.
and it may not be from her, but it's something a little similar. Strap yourself in for this one.
Hi guys, Terry again. Danny, no DM, nothing. Listen to Willy Wonka, really enjoyed it. You got a wonky Willy, Danny, remember? I'd love to dip you in chocolate. Miss you. Message me, Danny. Bye guys, great job.
Good grief.
You got a wonky Willy.
Oh, God.
We love it when our friends from Canada
Yeah.
reach out.
Yes.
Thank you, Tara.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
do the right thing here, Morgs, and actually get in contact, mate. You can't just
Yeah, I
ghost
do
them.
feel I'm ghosting them. So,
Yeah.
I'll jump back on that. But,
arrogant. Arrogance.
Arrogance.
extremely amusing.
Oh,
And
you're
just
above,
for the record,
even though
it's
she
just
sounds like a 1 out of 10.
Slight lean, so fuck off. And Strangles. When I want to know when you're getting Strangles and Matty Beer Geek and Will the Workie and Sloan
Strangles-
from
Strang-
although he's a bit of a cock. You're gonna get all the greatest hits back on, mate. They're way
Yeah.
better than us.
Strangles is
Folks.
Strangles is popping
Yeah,
in
from
actually
the
in
city.
studio. Strangles is popping in studio in the next few weeks,
Yes.
and Croaksy is in the future for Funny Movie.
I think I'm in that one with Strangles.
You are.
This will be good.
It will be fun. The good, the bad, and the ugly, proudly brought to you by the gentlemen and gentlewomen at Gage Roads Brew Company, sucking on those single fins and
Air
hazy
times.
air times.
Airtime was the best one. Yeah.
You reckon?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. My son enjoyed the single fin. He's a bit fruity.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I reckon single pins, the Goldilocks. I do enjoy the hazy pale ale, but I know Damo and a couple of my neighbours really enjoy the airtime because they're not as fruity as us. So yeah, I
that's
think
right.
something for everyone, that's for sure. Love you,
Yep.
Gage Roads. Thank you.
Thank you, Gage Roads. Okay, we're going to get straight into the good. We might go up to Dan on the Land as he's a first timer. What's your good?
Yeah, lots of good for my first full viewing of this movie, which is it's very strange. I hadn't seen it or certainly don't remember seeing it. But I just thought it's just completely different to any films that we see these days. And Friedkin wanted to provoke us as an audience. Like it was some of the cuts and some of the edits, it was really there was no build up to a lot of the cuts. He would just throw us straight in to a part of a scene which we had no idea was coming and didn't feel the need to build it up or use a wide shot to show the change of location. He just go bam, and then suddenly we're in the room with Regan again. And he just recognised that audiences are dumb. We'll figure it out, and we really love to be able to figure it out. So I think that was really interesting. I thought that the framing too of his shots, lots of tracking shots. Like I guess as a filmmaker, and certainly throughout all of my productions I've been involved with over the years as a filmmaker myself. Yeah, I mean, you've got to follow the action. So the camera's the eyes of the audience, and we want to be as close as possible to the action, not feel like we're observing from the cheap seats. So it's really, Friedkin really gave us an optimal view, and that's certainly what we were all taught by placing, moving, and zooming the cameras as needed, and especially using a lot of tracking shots that I just noted throughout. And then I mentioned before, I really enjoyed the fact that he didn't use a hackneyed archetypal priests. Like they were normal dudes, just happened to be their job. But other than that, they were living their lives, going through struggles that everyone does, dealing with mums that are sick and drinking and smoking and just part of the world, which I thought was great.
Definitely.
Damo?
Well, I'm going to go to that Iraq opening now. As I said, I watched this twice because I watched it like in the last week. I watched it. And I wanted to really look at that Iraq opening again and take a real interest in it because as I said, this is the best part of the movie. So there's so much tension. It's so eerie. Like you get that bit where the clock stops, it's just sort of weird stuff, right? And then he nearly gets run over. There's something always spooky happening, right? Then when he walks into sort of the temple area, he stands there, you see him walk up, this shadow goes across his face, and then he looks up and the statue, and it literally just appears.
Yes.
Right? It was not there. And he's standing still. So a shadow moved across his face. There's the statue of old Snake Dick. And you can hear the wind. You can hear the dogs fighting.
Yeah.
There's this eerie music. This whole thing is just setting this up with this. And they never mention it's Pazuzu. It's only in the book they say that. They give it no name. But I just think because he's like the god of wind or something.
Right.
And so that's why there's always the wind. So that's when you listen for the wind. So even then it cuts to like Georgetown. There's the addict. There's the rats in the
Yes.
roof. So you can see that the link, and there's the wind. So it goes from Iraq with the wind and all this sort of weird noise to rats and wind. And they go into Reagan's room. The window's open. The wind's coming through. Yeah. It's just, you can see how it connects. Like on the second watch, I really had a good look at it. So I love that opening scene. But the transformation of Regan, they didn't really show too much. Like the doctor came in, she was just swearing at us. There's like, what? And you didn't see it. You didn't hear about it. You didn't see her kill Burke.
Yes.
You didn't see her with her clay shit go and put it on that statue. You didn't see her because remember they found the crucifix. She found it under the pillow.
Yes.
She takes it downstairs. She puts it on the coffee table. She goes and talks to Kinnaman, the cop. Next time they walk past that coffee table, the cross is gone.
Yeah.
She's come down in that time. There are so many things that happen off camera.
But also you see when, I think, is it Kinderman outside the house looks up at the window
and there's a
shadow.
Thing walks past.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And there's no one else in the room but her.
There's all these things that happen that you go, what the shit? And that's why I just really love that. And the final thing is Regan's aim when she spat at Marin, right?
Incredible.
Got him straight in there. Not since Miggs have we seen
absolutely
a shot that accurate.
Yeah.
Not since Migs from Silence of the Lambs. It was comparable for
Definitely.
accuracy.
Definitely. Consistency?
Oh, yeah, and the goop. Well,
Yeah.
hers was
Viscosity.
the
Yeah.
viscosity of her thing was almost, the real goopy glob, whereas Migs was the beautiful sort of sticky,
Cheers.
gel-like.
Cheers. Okay. I'm going to say some of the obvious here, but the makeup and the special effects are fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like for 1973, her makeup is incredible and the effects are incredible
Yeah.
for the year. Like they do not age. You watch it now, it's so believable.
Oh.
I was watching a documentary today. So I watched the movie and then I watched the documentary on the making of it. And they went through a heap of different makeup tests. And then Friedkin goes, you know what? I actually want her to look like she has scarred herself.
Mm.
So all the damage, she's done that to herself. She's cut herself with the crucifix. She's scratched herself and she's bleeding. All those wounds and her face looks that way because it's self-mutilation, right?
Yeah.
She's obviously trying to get out or whatever, but it's the makeup is just so incredible. And even though like the pea soup bit is a bit much, but it just is so powerful, powerful. The cast flawless, like even the assistant, like her sitting at the table with the radio and going and putting the earpiece in because she doesn't want to hear it anymore.
I know.
It's so subtle. It's so powerful.
Yeah.
Right. The sound design, we've talked about it. Unbelievable.
The sound and the lack of sound.
And the lack of sound.
Yeah.
Right.
The
bells.
noises when Pazuzu or the demons or whatever you hear when Regan's on the bed, and it's that I did a bit of reading, and apparently it was pigs going to the slaughter. That's what the sound designer used a lot of, and it's just horrendous.
It's screeching.
Absolutely, just
terrible.
Completely puts you off kilter.
Hell of an attic.
A lot of shit in there.
Yeah, but like
It's like a
I'd
museum.
love a good attic.
Oh.
Shit is always going bad in them, but hell of a storage area.
Yeah.
Now, in the version you've never seen, the spider walk, which goes for like 1.5 seconds, is unbelievable.
Freaky.
So freaky.
So are you saying that wasn't in the original?
That wasn't in the original. That wasn't in the original version, right?
Got
so
it.
that's an addition to the version you've never seen.
Yeah.
So that was not big, and it was actually because it was thought to be too far.
Well,
because it accelerated, I think, the transformation.
The possession.
Yeah.
Well, it does. She's fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even so, like it was thought to just be one step too far.
Yeah.
Having her arch back with the spider walk down the thing, and it was always sort of rumored about this, the spider walk.
Yeah.
And then when it came out, it was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Obviously, we haven't mentioned.
Just back to your point about it accelerated the possession.
Yeah.
Did you find it interesting that when Dimmy was talking to Pazuzu or the demon or whatever through Regan, that it wouldn't ever do or answer any of Dimmy's questions directly? Like, wouldn't say what his mother's maiden name. So there was that ambiguity always throughout as to whether it was they're all just had this shared hallucination or it was a possession. I found that really interesting. I didn't know anything about that. But they kind of, I certainly didn't walk away thinking she wasn't possessed. It was all bullshit. But it was an interesting choice that they kept putting those little bits in where he wasn't believing. And when he used the fake holy water as well, and she was burning, like there was all these little bits that he made him think,
that's what he said. Yeah.
Interesting.
And the bit where she opens the drawer and then he goes, do it again. She goes, that'd be too vulgar a display of power.
I know, it'd be a vulgar display of power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that. You're going to do this in time.
Yeah.
In time.
I know.
And it's just like, man, fuck that. I'm
Yeah.
out. I'm out.
What do you reckon the babysitter was getting paid? $20 a day?
Oh.
Fuck that.
Oh, mate. Yeah.
Not enough. Not enough. And there's no way she's continuing. I'm out at the end when she goes, sure you don't want to come? No fucking way.
Yeah.
Now, we haven't mentioned it up until now, and I'm going to mention it in good. The crucifix scene is one of the most intense, confronting, and brutal scenes ever committed to film.
Easily.
It is the fact that she's the age.
Yep.
The fact of what she's doing with that crucifix, the fact that it is the crucifix.
Yep.
And then the
What
fact
she
that she
says.
grabs her mother's head
Oh my god.
and yells, "Lick me,"
me,
and
lick me.
shoves it into her.
Oh, unbelievable.
It is so fucking confronting.
I know.
Imagine trying to make that in any film today.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah.
no way.
No. It is, and you for people to say it's
So
something
I knew of the scene. I knew of the
Yes.
the story of the scene, but I didn't know when it was coming. So it hit like a freight train when I saw that. And then to double down with the grabbing her mum's head, I just thought, what is happening? And I just thought, I'm sitting in a Cineplex with 400 people in 1973, and that is on a 40-foot screen. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yep.
Yeah,
Totally.
absolutely. Everything from the testing forward. So the last hour is you are gripped.
Yeah.
You cannot turn away.
I was gripped the whole
No,
movie.
no,
Even
but
the slow-
I know,
Yeah,
but
it
and I
ramps
was
up.
too.
Yeah.
But from the last hour,
Yeah.
from 44 minutes on, so it's over an hour and a half. You are like in.
Yep.
If you weren't in, you are in. You've got the all the bedroom scenes. You got levitation. You got the 360 head. You got the spewing.
Oh.
There are so many things. The letters on the stomach help me.
Oh yeah.
Like, holy shit. And the fact that, like, she's rung Karras
Yes, come and
and
look at
said,
this.
you need to see this. She doesn't even want to show the mum,
Yeah.
right? Because she knows the effect it's going to have on the mum.
Yeah.
It's just holy shit.
Yep.
We haven't even mentioned Marin's arrival. One of the most iconic shots in cinema.
Oh.
Standing out front of the house with the light and him staring at the window.
Silhouette.
Oh my God.
It was it on the poster?
It's the poster.
It is the
it's
poster.
the poster art, but it is
Such a good shot.
It's in the top 10 most iconic shots in cinema
Yeah.
history.
Yeah, it is awesome.
It is fucking amazing. I made note of this at 1 hour 44 when they're walking up the stairs to go into Reagan's for the
Go to battle.
We're going to battle.
Yeah.
And I've written here
Yeah.
all hell's about to break loose.
Yeah.
We're going to battle.
That's exactly how I saw it. It's like they were kitted up, just like Ripley went and grabbed the guns and taped them together. And it was these guys getting all their shit together.
Yeah.
And we're going up. They grabbed the Bible and the holy water and all their gear.
Yep. The power of Christ compels you.
Yeah.
When Karras enters the room after he's left because he's been told to leave.
Yep.
When he comes back in,
Because he was being
he was being
the mother
was
coming
double
through.
crossed.
Yeah.
Timmy, oh Timmy, why you do this to me, Timmy? When he re-enters the room and Marin's dead, and she's just sitting there
Having a good old cack.
just giggling on the
Yeah.
bed. That is the best acting almost in the movie.
Yeah.
She's sitting there like a 8-year-old kid waiting to be chastised, and then just starts to giggle.
But that's the thing. You never saw Marin get killed.
No,
either.
you never see
It was
anyone.
just like,
Yeah.
what? That's why they showed. There's so many things they didn't show,
Yeah.
which made it so good.
Yeah. And then obviously coming to me, jump out the window.
Yep.
And then we actually then see the whole fall down the stairs, which the stuntman did twice.
That is one hell of a set of stairs too.
And apparently for that stunt, there were about 500 people on the rooftops watching the guy jump out of the window,
Oh my gosh.
right? And then land and then jump down the stairs.
Oh, that's he's earned his money that day, the stuntman.
Fuck it. Practical effects. Incredible. Okay, the bad. Damien, we'll go with you, Dimmy.
Well, as you're saying, like he's saying, I'm not really sure it's possession. He didn't know the mother's maiden name. Didn't know what about everything else
Yes.
that was freaking happening.
Yeah.
Talking backwards, talking in other languages. Knew that your mum was dead. Knew it's like, come on,
Yeah.
like you don't need that one little piece of evidence when there's so much stuff.
But then also, it's not another language. It's English. It's backwards. Okay, it's English backwards, mate.
The pea soup vomit, all
Yeah.
this shit was coming, and he's like, oh, really, not 100% sure. The altar boy's voice came out. Remember, I'll
Yeah.
give some money for an old
For an old altar boy.
That came out of her voice too.
Yes. Yeah.
Like you go, hang on, that happened to him on the train like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Like seriously, you could smoke anywhere in these days,
Mate, in the
Spark it up.
hospital.
Sparking up durries,
Yeah.
everywhere.
Do you know, it's interesting that she holds a cigarette for most of the
And
movie,
she
and
does.
only smokes it at the end.
And she holds it in that technique of,
But she only smokes it when she goes to Karras, when she's been beaten, and she talks about have you got a cigarette?
yeah.
But she holds a
On the
cigarette the
bridge.
whole time. Yeah.
She does. Some people pronounced it, and I noticed Morgs did it, Regan, and some people pronounced it. She was Regan.
Regan in the
But
movie.
your mate, Brad or whatever, the murderer,
Yep.
he was calling her Regan, but
Yeah.
she was Regan the whole time. But in that hospital scene, they were calling her Regan.
Well, he was thinking about murdering her.
Yeah. But my other thing, of course, is the instant go to the doctors, prescribe Ritalin.
Yeah, I've got
Right.
my top one.
And basically they're saying, oh, well, it seems to fix hyperkinetic behavior in a child. We don't really know why, or we don't know much. Let's just take this drug.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, back then it was just like, we don't really understand why. Yeah, you just take this drug and see what happens. Like, God, they get it wrong so many times, the docs.
Well, the thing is, it was like, let's just keep doing 1,000 tests and then go, oh, now it's time for the psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Oh, and then after that, maybe it is
Maybe
possession.
Maybe you need the witch doctor.
And it's the psychiatrists that go, have you thought about exorcism?
Yeah.
Like, how far gone?
This. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like-
definitely.
Why go through all this shit?
As I said, the medical procedures were as big a horror as the other stuff.
Horror.
So that's my bads.
Okay. Daniel, anything for bad?
Oh, I just had Dimmy's boxing as a pugilist.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Terrible
I'm
runner too.
sorry. As a pugilist myself and a lover of the sweet science, he just had some terrible technique that would not fly at Noosa box office. Shout out to you, Izzy, Chris. We just, we would not be allowed to go out and especially commit to celluloid, the terrible technique that Dimmy had. So yeah, boo to you, Dimmy.
Wow. Okay.
He had a sweat up when he was working out.
Didn't he? What? He was very Morgs.
He was just letting out his aggression
Yeah, he was.
on the bag.
He was. I've got putting straight on Ritalin happening even back then. That's my first
Yeah.
one.
I did laugh out loud when it was the first
Yep.
time it had been mentioned in 1973 that, I don't know, it's a stimulant. But why would you give her a stimulant?
Yep.
She's already wired out of her fucking brain. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it just seems to work somehow.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just
Bill.
something. Yeah. Depression, something. Yeah.
Bill. I've already mentioned Kinderman going straight to witchcraft. Yeah, witchcraft. The test, very brutal, just brutal to watch
Yeah.
the test. The pissing on the floor.
Yeah, interesting.
That was an interesting,
I remember that
creative.
scene.
That was an interesting, creative choice. Little did we know that was
You ain't
just
seen
the
nothing yet.
entree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, what did she say just before that? You're all going to die.
you're all going to die up. You're going to die up there.
You're all going to die up there and then pissed on the
Yeah,
floor.
and then piss on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was spooky.
Yeah, spooky, man. Seriously spooky.
Far out.
She's not been well. No shit.
Yeah.
And then I had here, and you've already answered the question, but I really think Kinderman's got a thing for priests.
Ooh.
I really think he's,
He was a damn good
he
detective.
may have been an altar boy in his past.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, anyone got anything for ugly?
The only thing I had in that mental hospital, there was some real. It was at a real hospital, a real mental,
It would have
and
to be.
some of them were the real patients.
Yeah.
And I go, this is the saddest
Yeah.
place to go into. Holy shit, those poor people.
Brutal.
Oh my God. Yeah. So that was it.
Daniel, anything for ugly?
No, nothing for me.
Yeah, look, I've got nothing. I did have here every test under the sun, and then
Ugh.
they just go, maybe now see a
Yeah, maybe
psychiatrist.
we missed that. Well, we'll do some more tests, and then we'll try.
We'll
something
try
else.
this one.
Yeah.
If the doctor says
Ah,
we'll
come on,
try,
mate. Yeah.
slap him.
Yeah.
He deserved, and I did laugh.
Yeah.
Ugly is don't try and hypnotize a demon. You're going to get your nuts ripped off.
I'm talking to the person inside.
Inside, yeah,
Yeah. Then
yeah.
she bit him, didn't she? Or did she grab him?
She grabbed his nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Did she bite it after that? Just grab
No,
him.
just grab.
Just a good hard squeeze.
Violent grab. Violent grab. Well done, gentlemen. Dan's quick fire. Take it away.
Yes, gentlemen, quick fire for a movie I've only seen once, but thoroughly enjoyed my viewing. First up, lookalike, Morgs alike. Anyone in the cast that you thought, geez, that person looks like, insert name here, Damien.
Yeah, I've got definitely a Burke was you.
Oh, definitely.
100% you.
100%.
Jeff McGowan. As soon as he walked on the screen, I went, "That's Morgs."
Mate, he looks like he's a dead set Harry Dean Stanton
Yeah.
lookalike.
And there was a
uglier
bit
one.
He's
of
an ugly-
yeah.
He's an
He
uglier
was-
Harry Dean Stanton.
There was a
And
lot
then-
of pastiness. There was a big nose. There
Talk.
was a weird shaped
Yeah.
head. Yeah, I'll accept that. It was
And one more
excellent,
was-
excellent.
You got
Was-
one more.
Greg Gerard was Dimmy.
Yes.
Really reminded me of
Similar shaped
call.
head.
Really reminded me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Similar shaped
nose, head.
Yeah.
It's an old football coach of ours. Yeah.
Matthew, anyone else you noticed? I think those
No,
are
I had
excellent.
Burke. I had Burke.
Burke
Yeah.
Jennings.
That's easy.
Well done. We'll wear that one as a badge of honor. Next up, the golden ticket for a scene or part of a film that's passed over into popular culture. I would posit that there would be several here, Matthew. What do you think?
Yeah, I've got The Power of Christ Compels You.
Mm-hmm.
11
got
times it said
the-
at the end.
yeah.
Was it 11?
11
the,
times.
The Pea Soup Vomit.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, God.
Mate,
I
the
think that-
crucifix.
With the just sorry, back to the piece of vomit. I think
Yep.
with whenever anyone has vomited with gusto,
Yeah.
it's always name checked that looks
Yep,
like
The
the
Exorcist.
Exorcist. Yeah.
Mm.
Definitely. Any projectile vomit is Exorcist.
Yeah.
Good grief, she could projectile.
Who?
She could
Oh,
projectile.
mate, she was good. Amazing. So, funny thing, the first time she hits Dimmy, it was supposed to hit him in the chest.
Oh, that's right.
It got him in the mouth.
face. Yes.
He blew up.
That's
He
why he
blew up
reacted that way.
deluxe. Stayed in character, but
Yes.
afterwards was blowing up. There was a malfunction of the pipe. But I'd say, so we've got Power of Christ, we've got Pea Soup, we've got Crucifix,
Head spin.
Head Spin.
Head
you know,
spin for
too,
sure.
In the movie, can't remember what it is. James Woods and it's Repossessed or something.
Repossessed.
And they do the projectile vomit, but they're all like, even the priests are vomiting back
Yeah.
on her. She vomits them. They vomit on her. You know, she's got the tongue out, and
Yeah.
James Woods is looking at it with the tongue, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh,"
Mm.
and then he just jumps on her, starts humping her. It's so funny.
So
It's
bad.
so stupid.
So bad.
But if you've got parody movies based on this,
Yes.
yeah, you've definitely made popular culture.
Could you even say the theme? Tubular Bells?
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
Like, it's one of the most iconic themes.
Yeah. Well,
There's
it's John
Michael
Carpenter
Pearl.
then.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Excellent, gents. I will accept all of those. Well played. Next up, Burt Young in The Rockies for the biggest douchebag character. I think it's probably the one that was your Morgs alike. I can't really think of
Yes.
anyone else.
Burke Dennings.
That's it.
Yep.
Burke Dennings for
Yeah.
sure.
Good one. Next up, Steven Seagal running for a particularly poor show of athletic prowess. Now, I'm not going to put Dimmy in it for his boxing because he was trying hard and he didn't look as goofy as Steven Seagal running. But anyone else that did anything particularly poor gross motor skill like?
He didn't run very well either.
No, on the track.
He
did
looked
have
like he
those-
was going to fall over.
You were never meant to run in Converse cons, though. They are not designed. They're
No,
designed for
that's-
looking
they're not.
cool
That must have
and
been
wearing
the day
denim
back.
jackets.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
the 70s, running in your bloody Converse.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no bueno. Yeah, I'll accept that. Well played. Next up, Robot Sentries for an additional scene or scenes or backstory or epilogues that you wanted to know about this film. I mean, I'll go on record as saying I love the fact that there were loose ends not tied up and we were taken to Iraq and there was 30 minutes of setup that we didn't even know what was going on. Did you guys want to know anything more about it?
No, well, I suppose I did. That's why I wanted to watch that Iraq scene a bit more. But no, happy with the way they did it.
Just hang on, Dan. Hang on.
Yeah,
Dan.
yeah.
People are here. Dogs.
Montagog.
Dog's going berserk.
What are you doing, Pippet?
Molly, stop it. We'll have to wait for Megan to come in. Molly.
What's going on? What's going on with them?
Good time to smoke them if you got them.
They would be in bloody this movie, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Just sparking it up. And like there must be ash all over the joint.
Mate, it was just a shit time to be alive, really.
Just
Like
How did
smoking and then cuddling your kids, smoking and then kissing your kids. Like, fuck a duck.
well, even the
Yeah.
priest in that
Oh.
tiny little room, that Dimmy's room.
Oh, yeah.
It's just all smoking away in there. Here's Bill. Hey, Pinky Tuscadero. Whoa, what's this outfit for? Dance, footy. I knew it. Where's your Maccas
Right.
this week?
Molly, stop it.
For what? Oh, you playing touch? Oh, wow. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, I'm just tired.
Yeah, big
Tired.
day. Big day getting the hair done.
He's more. Look at he. Is he? He hides behind the microphone.
Yeah, it's recording.
I don't know if he does.
He's not going to
sometimes.
see you. The camera's there, darling. You can see your chins. It's great.
There's some hair.
He's sticking his finger up at you.
He's not very good.
Okay,
He's not very
out
nice.
of it. Did you touch it? Huh?
Yeah. We saw it. It's on film.
All right. Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
We
Yeah,
need to
how are
crack
you?
on.
That's good.
It's 8:30. We need to crack on.
It's going.
Yeah,
Probably.
Okay.
Soonish.
He's working. Okay, we might repeat that one.
Well, we did.
Next up, robot sentries for a scene or scenes or backstory epilogue that you wanted to know more about The Exorcist, obviously from the great Aliens and the director's cut, where we found out a little bit more about the predicament the Space Marines are in with a few extra scenes. Whitey, did you need to know anything more about this?
Nothing. I'm happy with the way it is. And we watched the extended cut, so I think
That's what I think. I think if I don't want to see more, I just rewatch that Iraq a bit again.
I'm
just
gonna watch it again
rewatch
because you
that
love
bit
it
again.
so much, Damo. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look
Just
for
have a
more
look at
clues.
just the
Yeah.
imagery and the things that happen in there, and listen to the sounds. Right, listen for the wind and just
Yeah.
stuff like that. And that's why I don't think you need anything extra. Just watch it again.
Excellent. Great call. I'll accept that. Well played. Last up, Whitey's Brad Pitt for the actor you'd most like to suck cocks in hell with. Whitey, anyone on there that it's not the sort of movie where you're thinking, gee, that's a great handsome man or that's a great sort.
if I got to pick one, it's Sharon, the assistant.
I'd probably go the same.
Yeah, it's her. It's Sharon. Ellen Burstyn does nothing for me.
No.
Give me another 6 to 10 years with probably
with Linda Blair.
With Linda Blair,
Yeah.
I'm all over that.
Oh yeah.
But for right then, it's got to be Sharon. There's no one else.
Maybe
I'm gonna
maybe
A couple of horny birds at the party.
At the party, I was going to say there's a few hanging around there.
I thought Dimmy had a lot of Gerard in it. This is Greg Gerard, sorry.
Yeah.
And also a lot of 90s gal, it must be said.
Oh,
so
really?
if Born to Watch's efforts, if you want to know what 90s gal did when he was destroying the world, just chopping down tens, he kind of looked a bit like Dimmy.
Chopper.
Excellent. Gentlemen, that was quick fire.
Nice.
Well done, Daniel. Listen to this. Few rumors, making ofs, banter. Damo?
I'll tell you, you did Willy Wonka the other week.
Yeah, Wonky Willy.
Violet Beauregard was originally cast, so Denise Nickerson.
Really?
As Regan, but her family, her parents read the script and refused to let her do it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'd imagine, a lot of people would be.
On that, Reagan's or Linda Blair's own managers didn't put her forward for the role. They put 30 other actresses in front of her.
Wow.
And then her mother went direct and she got the role.
Yes, well, and the other thing, this was released on December the 26th.
Wow.
It's a Christmas movie.
It is.
Get into the spirit of Christmas and watch The Exorcist.
Yeah. The birth of Christ and the death of Christ.
Far out. That's why I listen to this.
Good bookend. Daniel, anything?
Yeah, you mentioned that very famous image of Marin on the steps with the light. Apparently, that took a couple of days to shoot to frame it. Just how freaking wanted it. I mean, this guy was obsessive about transferring what was in his mind into film, and I think it speaks volumes how that has become one of the most iconic scenes in film. But it was actually based on a series of René Magritte paintings. So that's where he got the idea for Father Merrin arriving at the MacNeil residence and being illuminated by the street lamps. It was inspired by René Magritte's Empire of Light paintings. So there you go.
No, it was absolutely brilliant, though.
Yeah, incredible shot. I've mentioned a lot of mine all the way through. I did say that Jason Miller had a blowout with Friedkin because there's a scene in his room when he's listening back to the recording.
Yep.
And the phone rings and he
Yes.
startles.
Yes.
The reason he startles is because Friedkin shot a gun and got to get that reaction, shot a gun.
Oh my
And Miller was like,
God.
I'm an actor. I don't need this shit. I can do it. Right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So Jason Miller had a bit of a fucking
I can
blowout.
imagine him. Hey, let's get the gun.
Yep.
Just pass the gun and let's really give him a scare.
So the demon Pazuzu, the subliminal images, are apparently old makeup tests for Reagan.
Right. Okay.
So that they used them. It's the highest grossing Warner Brothers film adjusted for inflation of all time.
Wow.
So as we talked about, there was that, I guess, criticism of Blair's performance for not being the voice actor, which was the reason that she was apparently overlooked for the Oscar, which I think is absolutely freaking bullshit. So the technical advisor, Father Thomas Birmingham, who was the piano player,
Smoking and drinking and playing piano.
there was so much shit going on set. There was thoughts that the production was cursed. 9 people died that were involved in the production.
Yeah.
The set caught on fire for no reason and burnt down. And William Friedkin went to him and said, "Can you perform an exorcism on
the stage
on the set?" And he goes, "No, it will probably cause more confusion and concern if we do that."
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We talked about Ellen Burstyn's permanent injury, which was when she gets slapped and falls backwards, and then the tall boy nearly falls on her. Apparently, what had happened is that she was in a brace, and the stuntman was on a rope and pulled her backwards.
Too hard. I did read that. Yeah.
And they did one take, and she goes, "That was too hard. Can you stop?" And so William Friedkin was like, "Yeah, no, we won't do it any harder. We won't do it any harder." And then we go, "We'll do another take." And then he looked at the stuntman and was like, "Rip it, ramp
it
and
up.
And you can actually see her grab her back, and she screamed in real pain. And that was the take that's in the movie, which she heard her back in. I talked about how good the help me on the stomach is, the words on the stomach. So listen to this for practical effects. The scene where the words "help me" rise out of Reagan's torso, the effect was achieved by constructing a foam latex replica of the actress's belly, writing the words out with a paintbrush and cleaning fluid, then filming the words as they formed from the chemical reaction. Special effects artist then heated the forming blisters with a blow dryer, causing them to deflate. When the film was run backwards, it appeared as though the words were rising out of her skin.
That's clever.
Fuck, man. Practical.
Yeah.
So good. And also, last one from me. So the bedroom set was refrigerated, obviously, because
it was cold.
You can see the breath, right? 4 air conditioners. Temperatures would plunge below 30 degrees. So for them, that's probably about 0.
Yeah, probably.
Around 0 degrees Celsius.
Okay. Yeah.
I would think. It was so cold that perspiration would freeze on some of the cast and crew. On one occasion, the air was so saturated with moisture, it resulted in a thin layer of snow falling on the set before the crew arrived for filming.
What? That is a cold room.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Full on. Anyway. Well done, Jets. Quotables. Not a hell of a lot of quotes. Anyone got anything?
No, I've got nothing.
Daniel?
It's the obvious ones, which we've mentioned. Your mother sucks cocks in hell, I think, was nice and confronting for me. Look, there was a lot that Reagan said that I have to go back and watch again because I was just blown away.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
There's one here that I thought you would like, Daniel, and something that I think you could probably take away, maybe down the Noosa River, along Noosa River. It's the demon. Stick your cock up her ass, you motherfucking worthless cocksucker.
God.
So the demon is saying that stick it up her ass, as in Reagan.
Yes.
Right.
Like,
I know.
Yeah.
It's
like,
brutal.
What?
And then obviously, do you know what she did? Your cunting daughter.
That was in Burke's voice.
Unbelievable.
That was Burke doing his voice.
Unbelievable.
That's why you go, oh my God. So this is just after Kinnaman left.
Yes.
She walks upstairs and she said that. It was like, oh, that is spooky as
Yeah.
all hell.
It's full on. Yeah, incredible. I couldn't find a 1 Degree of Kurt Russell.
No, I couldn't either. I did have a good look too.
Yep. So we'll move on from there. Film score for F-Wits. Daniel, take it away.
Yeah, if we took it as I couldn't really do a deep dive on this one because I only said it once, so I didn't think I'd do it justice if I tried to. So I thought I'd make it a little bit lighter. Our film score for F-Wits this week is it? Yeah, it's a confronting film and I love it. So, but I thought I'd go through a bit of film speak because what I enjoyed as well was the film within the film that is shot where we see Miss MacNeil in there shooting a film at Georgetown University.
Oh yeah. The uni. Yeah.
Through and shoot it from behind, and I always find that really interesting. So I thought we just learned a little bit of film speak today, F-Wits, all of us together. So feel free to drop this at parties, and you can be seen as somewhat more interesting than you are. But here's a couple of words that you may not have come across that are used in and around our film set. So the first one is the honey wagon. Do you know what the honey wagon is?
I think I've seen it. It's porno.
You may have. That's not what I was referring to. The honey wagon is actually the trailer on site that houses the shitters. So if you're going to the honey wagon, you're going to take a dump.
Okay,
Nice.
lovely.
There you
It's an
go.
interesting name. It's
It is.
quite a. Oh Jesus!
It's a little obtuse from what you're going to do in there. Nothing that would be
Yes.
honey-like. Now, next one up is, I think this one is fairly well known, but craft services refers to the snack table that is always there. So if you ever visit a film set, feel free to say, "Hey, where's craft services?" And that just means you can go and snack on Snickers and Mars bars and apples and whatever your
Nice.
heart's desire. So there you go.
Yes.
You have me at
Now-
Snickers.
Yeah.
What about lunch? What do you think lunch is?
Well, I don't know.
Smoko.
It is a trick question. No, it's a meal served to the crew regardless of the time of day. So any meal for a crew
could be
is called lunch because we shoot at all fucking hours at all times. Whenever they call lunch, it could be any meal. You might be going to get your bacon and eggs. You might be going to get your chicken Kiev. It's still lunch.
Well, okay.
Okay, there you go.
Interesting, hey?
Yeah.
So next one up is the day. What do you think the day is?
The day.
Wednesday.
Excellent. Got an excellent thought, but no, it's just that you refer to the day as the time of the shoot. So we might say something like, "We'll need a live alligator on the day." So the day is basically when you're going to need something, or that something's going to happen as that part of the shoot. So we just say the day. I don't know. It's just something we do.
Right.
Give me some love. What do you think? Give me some love means.
Oh, gee, I think I've seen that movie too. Honey
Yeah.
Wagon. Give me some love.
I don't know, Dan.
I don't think you'll get this one, but it actually, when we need some electrical power. So when we need something lit up, we need to get some sort of power to, we say, "Give me some love." So it's, interesting. You wouldn't have thought of that one. Now, a couple of gigs on a set, I thought we'd just refresh. You might know this. So the key grip, he's the head stage hand or rigger on a set. The best boy is the second most important grip. And a gaffer is a lighting technician.
There you
So
go.
those ones are a bit more wild. Now, I'll just finish off with a couple of, now this one, these two we really enjoy. So the Abbey Singer. What do you think the Abbey Singer is?
The Abbey Singer is no idea.
It's the next to last shot of the day. So it's the penultimate shot. So we're going to get the Abbey Singer is what you'll hear. And that's when we're going to set up for not the last shot of the day, but pretty close to the last shot of the day. And then there's the Martini. What do you think the Martini is?
Well, that's the end, isn't it? That'd be the last
That's
shot.
the last shot of the day. Exactly. So there you go. There's a couple of terms you may not have heard before when we're all getting our film speak down, being the legends that we are from the industry, and making it as difficult for anyone else to not know what's going on. So when you want to take a shit, you ask for
Honey
the Honey
Wagon.
Wagon, not the
Yep.
Abbey Singer.
I love it.
Fair enough. Nice
Film
work.
school.
Well done, Daniel.
F-Words.
Star of the show, Dimmy.
Oh, that's a tough
This is tough, man.
one. But I'm going to go for Ellen Burstyn.
Wow.
I thought the mum was fan-freaking-tastic.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I really liked her. I mean, obviously, Linda Blair was unbelievable. Dimmy was unbelievable. Max von Sydow was unbelievable. But I'm going to go the mum.
It's hotly contested.
It really is. No, and Friedkin, you could say him. William Peter Blatty,
Yep.
you could say him.
Absolutely.
There were so many good performances and contributions to this movie.
Absolutely. Dan, star of the show?
Yeah, I'm with Damo. I could have given it to multiple people, especially Friedkin, who I will dive more into his movies that I haven't seen, like The Sorcerer. But I'm going to give it to Linda Blair just because I'm so embarrassed that I didn't include her on the list of child actors from the last time I was on this shit show. But yeah, she was amazing. She carries the film, and I think that that would have been very difficult for the producers to know that she was so she's in so many scenes and carries the whole story. It would have been very, very difficult. And she's outstanding the whole way through. So whilst the others are also epic and Friedkin just creates this absolute masterpiece, I think that Linda Blair for me was the most necessary to be good. And child actors like Australian ones can be fucking terrible, but she was awesome.
I'm with you, Dan. I'm going Linda Blair. I think it's probably, it could be the closest contested star of the show that we've done, because you could very easily give it to 5 people. But they've asked a 13-year-old kid to do things that no 13-year-old kid should be asked to do.
Or even know about.
And it actually broke her. And it just effectively destroyed her career. Effectively. And she shone so bright for such a short amount of time. And it doesn't work without her. Ellen Burstyn is amazing. Dimmy's amazing. Even Kinderman's amazing.
Yeah.
They're all amazing.
Bloody oath.
But I'm with you, Dan. It doesn't work without her.
Yep.
Okay, the rank bank. Now, I think Damo's already named it.
No, you want me to do my song first? Do you want me to do my kick-ass credit?
Got a song? Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, well, we've got a kick-ass credit song. I didn't think Dan had one here, but we've got a kick-ass credit song. Daniel, I'd love to see what you've come up with for The Exorcist.
Yeah, I'm terribly embarrassed that I haven't or don't recall seeing this film more than the once I saw it on the land last night. But in coming up with a song title for Kick-Ass Credit Song, there was really only one title that I could have, and it is, of course, Your Mother Sucks Cocks in Hell. So here we go with Your Mother Sucks Cocks in Hell. In the shadows up. Georgetown night, Linda Blair possessed, the darkness bites, frightened whispers, demons call, the power of God won't let her fall. Gimme steps in with the holy light, Max von Sydow, an endless fight, the walls shake, the voices swell, Pazuzu screams, your mother sucks cocks in hell. Evil creeping spirits scream, not everything is as it seems, a fight for her soul. A story to tell. Can you stand when you're facing hell? The power of Christ, it compels you. The crucifix scene, I can't unsee you. Your mother sucks cock in hell.
Oh, wow. I was doing some Thriller dance moves while you were singing that.
It was very good. Was it? No, Dan,
He
well
had
done.
the full, creepy voice.
Yeah. He was Vincent.
He went Vincent Price.
Vincent Price.
You went for it, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to go for it. Had to go again. I'm
Price.
trying to redeem myself here with this film. So there we go. Kick-Ass credit song. Your mother sucks cocks in hell.
It was a good title, mate.
Good
Good
title.
strong title.
Good strong title. Love it. Okay, the rank bank. I think we may have already named it through Damo, but here we go. We've got pea soup vomits,
There's a lot of that.
Nice.
Powers of Christ,
Compels you.
preteen possessions, massive cock statues,
Old snake dick.
snake dicks, and if we want to throw this one in, cunting daughters.
Oh, no. You can't call it Burke Dennings.
I think
Well, I think we'll have to. We'll go with snake dicks, eh?
I think we'll go with snake dicks.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay, so Damien, how many snake dicks are you giving The Exorcist?
You know, because I hadn't watched this movie since I was 12 or 13, this is the first time I've watched a show on Born to Watch where I've had to go and watch it a second time. I've just watched it once. I'm done. I was like, I have to watch this again. Man, I really, really like this movie. It's completely horrific and disturbing, confronting, but shit, it's a good show. It's up there with The Shining. I'm giving it 4.75.
4.75. Okay. I like it. Daniel, first watch. It's always difficult to rate something after one watch. But have a go. How many snake dicks?
I just enjoyed this viewing. Like Damo said, so much more than some of the shit you make me watch, like Willy Wonka and Nico Above the Law, and some of it where I just dread having to watch it. But this one, I was just thoroughly overjoyed with the William Friedkin, what he did with the acting performances, with the shock value, and provoking me throughout. I'm going to give it a 5 for one-off viewing.
Oh, wow.
So I thoroughly
I nearly
loved
did.
watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. Great rating. Can't get any better than that.
No. I was close to teetering on that,
Yeah.
but I was like, oh, no,
Yeah.
just
When I started to watch it, and I've seen this many times over the years, but I probably haven't seen it for 7 years. So watching this again, I was a bit like you, Damo, where it was the build up that really hooked me this time, that I knew I was in.
Mm.
This movie is horror perfection. This is the best horror movie ever made.
Yep.
This is the scariest movie ever made. This is a movie that still today packs the punch that it did in 1973. If this movie got released at the cinema, I would go and see this again in the cinema. I think it's that powerful.
Yeah.
This is a hard 5 for me.
Yeah.
This is a hard 5, and it's not a hard 5. Like, there are movies that we have ranked on this that I've ranked 5, which is because of my love and admiration for that film. I can't say that I love this movie, but I fucking respect the
You
shit out of
appreciate
it.
it, yeah.
It is unbelievable piece of cinema.
Yeah.
That needs to be viewed by every single person on the planet.
Yeah.
Just to get an appreciation for how movies should be made.
Yeah.
Incredible. Love it. Done. Now, where does that put it in the rank bank? It's all on me tonight.
Pretty high.
So let's see.
Be in the top 8, I reckon.
With
maybe?
a rating of 4.92 snake dicks. This is the first movie that is not a 5.
Right.
So we have, I believe, 7 perfect scores. We have 5 shine boxes for Goodfellas, 5 power converters, Star Wars, 5 Royales with cheese,
Pulp Fiction,
5 dog entrees for Jaws, 5 Tauntaun sleeping bags, Empire, 5 Mostly's, Aliens.
Alien.
4.92 snake dicks is where it sits. It is position 8 on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's actually we've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually 7. We've got 6 perfect 5s.
Okay.
So it's number 7. It is just above 4.86 chest bursters for Alien.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's wow.
And then you've got 4.83 chair pisses for LA Confidential. It's
great
massive.
piece.
Like it is. I think it's in the right spot.
Yep.
It deserves to be a top 10 movie.
Definitely. Considering I hadn't wanted to watch this since I saw it. I was like, there's no way I want to watch this again.
Would you watch it again?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Daniel, will you watch this movie again?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Condo can get fucked. Yeah, I'll be watching this for a long time.
Yeah, I've got a greater appreciation thanks to Born to Watch for this movie after watching it again. And again, from talking to you guys, I was really not concerned, but I was very interested, Morgs, from your perspective, to see where you would fall with this.
Yeah, what a
Obviously-
dickhead. Like, I can't believe I've just, those brain cells have fallen by the wayside. But yeah, I don't think I've seen it.
But I also think that this is more than a horror film.
Totally.
So when someone says to you, it's a horror movie or it's scary, it's way more than
It's a
that.
supernatural, detective, bloody everything.
But this when you talk about art in cinema and
Oh,
art in movies, this is art.
Mm.
This is how it's supposed to be done.
Yep.
So if you love film, regardless of the genre that you love, you need to watch this movie.
Yep.
Yeah, you should be. We've said it quite a few times, but I don't like horror films at all. And but strangely enough, aliens and this, which are more psychological science fiction horror for aliens and thriller for this one. Yeah, amazing flicks.
Yeah, well done. Gentlemen, we are at an end, nearly 2 hours on The Exorcist, and it was...
Imagine if Gow was here, it would be still be bloody long one.
Oh, yeah, I don't think Gow would have watched this. It would be too scary for him. Next week, we look forward. It's a two-ball. Or four balls, Damo calls it. It's me and Dan's doing a double up.
Two snake.
Wow.
Which is going to be interesting to see whether he can still bring the thing.
He's got to do a triple up then, doesn't he, to get back onto schedule?
No, because it'll work itself out. It'll work itself out because there's a lot of people sort of missing over time.
Yeah.
So we'll work it out.
Yeah.
We'll work it out.
You have to talk so much when it's four ball. Oh,
I know, but I tell you what, it's a good
I
good
can't have
movie
a
we're doing.
snooze. I have to concentrate the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a very good movie that we're doing. It's got a couple of Morg's-alikes in it.
Yep.
The Fugitive.
Definitely Morgan
Oh,
The Fugitive.
yeah, a one-armed man.
Yep. One of
man.
the great Oscar performances from Tommy Lee Jones.
Yep.
And just a good fun movie. Harrison Ford.
Yep.
Yeah, good
killing
flick.
it.
Good
Yeah,
flick.
good
Good
flick.
choice.
Looking forward to talking about that one with you, Daniel. Thank you for tonight. Well done.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me. Thank you for introducing me to a film I should have seen a long time ago, but do love.
Yep.
Damo, always a pleasure.
Good stuff.
Sitting on the couch with you.
Yep.
Glad you gave it 4.75. I think you probably could have given it a 5.
Oh, well, he's going to put the guilts on me now.
No, I won't. It's definitely not 2/3 of a good movie.
No, it's a bloody good movie.
People, share to your friends, share to your enemies. Make sure you share the Born to Watch love and get it out. Surely this episode, you've got someone that loves The Exorcist that wants to listen to it.
Or if you've thought you've hated it, go and watch it
Go
again.
and watch it again.
because you'll change.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done, gents. It's fun. Bye for now.
Cheers.